Hey guys, it's Matty. It's the Broken Supercoach. Checking in on a chilly Tuesday morning. Shout out to the Socceroos, eh? Probably don't deserve to be in the World Cup one bit, but it is what it is. Well done, lads. I'm first in line to be on my knees for Redmayne when they get back here, alright, fellas? You guys get back in line behind me. So, round 13 is over. Gee. I'm glad to see the back of that round, honestly. I think everyone is. That was a really, really tough round. Excruciating round to go through. Captain choices were tough. Oh, actually, they were pretty straightforward, weren't they? But, there's just nothing good about that round. And now it's done. We're on to round 14. Let's have a look how we went and what we're going to do this week. And where does that leave us? I've had a look through already. And, geez, I've actually got some... I'm actually in a pretty good position when it comes to depth on the bench and when it comes to money. So I initially thought I might have to play cheap and get someone like a Merit. I won't need to do that. Well, first thing I did was, I know I did the video Friday, and I thought about doing Sinclair. Oh, not Sinclair. I'd already done Sinclair. Walsh or Merit. I wasn't actually sold on either of those two blokes, which is ironic. Considering I went Gawn, who I had a feeling wasn't going to do well against Collingwood, just because whenever there's not a ruckman, whenever it's not a big game like that, Gawn can just sort of step back. So I am concerned now about what I've done with Gawn, but Merritt, Walsh, Gawn, they all scored about the same, so I'm pretty happy with all of those. They were all going to be fine. So what did we get across the lines? Pretty nice defense run. We ended up getting Ware, and we need Ware, so that's good. He'll be depth for the year. Hopefully he plays most of the year. Dacos has gone absolutely wild yesterday, up to 400k and reset his score. And the beauty of this, break even of 8, I can actually keep Dacos this week. I can keep McCartan this week because I only need to make one trade. So really happy with that. And then the other 4, great. Sinclair showed why he's such a good in for us. Hewitt, 97's been great all year. The sick dog, always been good. And Shaw in the middle probably got a few extra points than he deserved. I took Neil's 123 in the... So, yeah, I vice-captain Neil, and I actually had the captain on... I don't know why it's... Oh, yeah. Could have had the captain on Oliver or Gawn. I was tossing up between the two. At 123, I had a genuine think about it and thought, what am I going to get here? Another 20 points? And yeah, I did. It was another 20 points, but I don't think you don't bat an eye at 123 on your captain, especially in a week where you've got so many zeros with, Hayes didn't play, Rioli didn't play. So there's a lot of zeros on the field, as you can see. All these DMPs here. So... yeah, happy with that. Let's zoom in one more for you. Sorry, guys. Paddy Cripps did what he did. Oliver is outstanding at the moment. Petrarca seems to be back as well. We're pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's only hundreds, but we're hoping that now he's got the bye. He can come back from the bye fresh, feeling good. I got Owens, which was the only choice for a midfielder outside of going early on the Richmond lad. So both, Owens seemed like the no-brainer. Sad state now is, luckily he's still got that 90-odd in his system, 89, because next week he has a 20 in his system, and he drops another 20 or gets dropped. Then that's another dead position, and we'll have Owens, Stevens as dead spots, I believe, because I think Stevens might keep playing, which will be handy. Rioli's never coming back, so that's frustrating there. But we'll bring in that Richmond lad and put him and be able to run him through both the middle and the forward line, which would be handy. So we'll bring him in early because that seems to be the only available choice. So yeah, with Hayes named as a laid out, we didn't actually have anyone in the ruck line. We got Gawn in the end, but we didn't at before the trades. So Gawn comes in. And then we played these 6 here. Coleman has been absolutely marvellous. So everyone raving about how good McCartan's been. Coleman has been equally as good. Break even of 60. He's got to 400k. I mean, 395k. That's unbelievable. We're so happy with that. He's done such good work for us. I will trade him out this week purely because it's him or McCartan. Both break-evens are quite low. Coleman's slightly higher. And truthfully, he's got the bye this week, so I get an extra game out of McCartan. So, really good pickup that was. We got rid of Ridley for him. Ridley did drop another score or two, but I don't think he's outscored. Oh, let's have a look, actually. Did he outscore Ridley when we traded him in? I believe he was 2 games in. We didn't like it. Yeah, because we got him at 263. So he dropped to 47, which was horrendous, but we liked him against West Coast. 88, 104, 86, 70, 99. Made 200k for us. So Ridley, that was round 8, if I remember rightly. So from round 8, this could be a disaster. Round 8, Ridley dropped. Right, he was out, and he's played quite well since. So, oh no, he missed, and he had the bye. So we actually outscored him since round 8. Because he only played 3 games, because he missed round 10. That's right, he was sick in round 10, wasn't he? And then round 12. Yeah, so we actually, suspended perhaps. So we actually outscored him despite him putting on better scores. So, absolute win of a pick. Really happy with that. So, yeah, we don't need to go through much more. Brody seemed lowish against, with Fife in the team. That's a concern. Cornelio, I did mention, I said, hey, captain someone against the Kangaroos because they're a joke of a footy team, but there's no captain options. And I didn't seriously think that Cornelio could have been the captain option, but boy, oh boy, if you had pressed the C on him, you would have been absolutely laughing. I don't think many did, but we'll see. Darcy Cameron's been really good for us. It's steady scoring, which is what we wanted out of a forward. That's all you need. Really happy with him too. So that's how the team's looking at the moment. We'll make 2 trades this week. So that brings us down to 6. We're really low on trades. I've worked out, I think we're going to have probably 4, maybe 5 for full primo for the rest of the year, which is not good, but that's about what we need to do. Now, who are we going to trade? The obvious trades here are quite simple. Rioli's got to go to fill the spot, and then we're going to get rid of Coleman. And it's a simple case of bringing in that new lad, Juddy Clark. Hopefully he plays again. He did look quite good, so he does deserve to get a run, I'd think. Harry Himmelberg with the lowest break even in the AFL. Of course, that's what happens when you hit 200. So Juddy Clark comes in. We love to see that. We send him back because we want to get a midfielder in. We'll take his score this week as well. And the midfielder we're going to get is actually going to be... At 606, I can get basically anyone I want. And the midfielder I want is actually going to shock a lot of people. But I think I need to do this just to sort of play the field. Brayshaw at 550 is really interesting. I think I'll pass. The other one that is quite interesting is obviously Walsh. I can't afford it unless I do Rosas or something, which I could easily do. Parrish, 50. That's why I said I don't trust Parrish. Anyone who picked him, don't say I didn't warn you. Had a viewer suggest perhaps Bogue. And the more you look at him, the more he looks better. You hate to see a 36, but he looks quite good. Don't sort of trust him, and I don't need the value. The guy I want is Brad Crouch. And this sounds wild to think that I'm even considering Brad Crouch, but with no Jack Steele, this guy has absolutely popped off. 129, 105, 127, 140, 111, and I reckon Jack Steele was playing during these, and he was still putting out good scores when it happened. So this guy's really stepped up while Jack Steele is out. Now, this could be a disaster pick, and I'm willing to accept it might be. I don't have enough to correct it if I get it wrong, and I don't like the durability of Brad Crouch. So that's the scary part. The only difference is that I actually don't trust Sam Walsh anymore. Now that I've seen that, I don't trust it at all. I was concerned that there was an 89 here and a 90 here, and now he's up to 75. Genuinely concerned about this guy's scoring. I think he will be a totally acceptable pick. Merritt, on the other hand, I think he's too volatile. He's probably accurately priced at 530. Yeah, his scores have been nice, but he goes away, and the whole Essendon team go away. And I think as that year goes on, Essendon are going to go away. The only other one I could think of would be Bond, just to give me that, DPP flexibility, because I'm not going to have many players. I'm not going to have very good bench cover with Clark and Rosas, as well as I'll have Stevens, Owens, and Stevens, Owens, and Saligo. Sorry. So the other option would be Bond. They're the two I'm thinking of. I think Bond's probably the right choice with the ceiling, and just playing him in the midfield, as crazy as that sounds. The other option is I could look at a defender. So you just send... But I can't really do that this week because I want to do it with... McCartan is the rookie I should have on field, if that makes sense. So, and he's not really a rookie, is he? But he's the guy you should have on field. And I'm still not sure where I sit as far as defenders go. So, do I want Doherty? Do I want... I don't know. We'll have a look through that after. So, but for now, we're just going to do it just because we like the sound of it. We're going to put our man, Brad Crouch, on the field and complete that trade with 32k. Now, yes, you will notice that now I have one more spot for full premium. One more spot on the list, which is a defender. And I still have McCartan, Dacos, and I could have Coleman if I had just done McCartan this week. So I actually get to keep Dacos or McCartan this year, which is really handy. Now, I think I have a feeling I will keep McCartan just because he's a bit more flexible as far as defense and forward cover. The mid cover should be fine through Saligo, Stevens, and Owens, though maybe Dacos is the one to keep just because then I can take that score in the middle somewhere. But, I've got mids here. So Rosas is probably the one to go. And then I'll turn one of these easily into a premium. So it depends. If Dacos gets up to say 500, it's only... So, that's 432 I've got with him. I could really just trade another dead spot. I could even have a look and see perhaps Port go on Teakle this week. Or if they bring Hayes back. Or if another rookie comes, I could just get this money off. And just do that. But I'd like to have Hayes for the whole year. Just sort of sat here, assuming he's playing. So there's a lot of choices, but I've got the ruck cover in English and Cameron. It's just getting them into that position. So you have to use a trade to get them into there because there's no forward ruck. So anyway, that's a bit amusing at the moment. I'm not going to bring Teakle in until he plays because I don't really believe in him. I don't believe they're going to pick him. I think I've just got him on the list. They've also got another young ruckman as well. It's about age 19, I think, that they could use. So I don't really try. I like Hayes. He's proven. I mean, if you say he's proven. They like him. He was just sick. So I assume he comes back this week. If Teakle plays, then maybe that's the trade this week. And then we hold Coleman and the rest for a little while. We get a bit more money. But at the moment, it's Brad Crouch. Let's just hit this. If you've got this, press the optimize button. I see people shuffling their lists through and all that. You don't have to do that. Just press optimize, man. All the stuff happens. And it doesn't give you the accurate loop to do. Or does it? Wits into... Well, you can't know. It doesn't give you the accurate captaincy option. So my captaincy choices will be pretty straightforward, I reckon. I'll probably run English into a late Laird. I can't think of anyone else who I would do. Into a late Miller, maybe. If that's a metric on. we could do that. Crows don't tag. English against GWS we kind of like. We could. I don't really love any of these, but I think that's just the nature of it. And let's quickly, because we haven't gone for too long, let's quickly have a look and see who our last defender's going to be. So hit players. We're going to go through, look at defenders only, look at their average. So Tom Stewart, who's concussed, I believe that his 12 days is up. Doherty for 538. Don't mind. Pretty volatile some of these scoring, but I don't mind Doherty. Don't believe in Houston. Don't believe in Bailey Dale. Just because he burned me last year. I kind of do believe in Bailey Dale. I really believe in Bailey Dale. But I remember, any fan of the channel will remember last buys, I looked at these scores. Last year's buys, I looked at exactly the same scores and said, wow, amazing. And then he absolutely baked us. So I reckon I looked about here. We got about 100 and... I reckon we were looking at about round 13. So we were looking at scores like this. Yeah, I reckon it was this time last week. The Dogs buy. We were looking at all of these. We were saying, all right, he's got some low scores, but geez, he looks like he's got a good roll. Looks nice. 50. Then he did 2 scores and then proceeded to barely score 100 for the rest of the year. So, thanks, Bailey Dale. He dogged us pretty hard last year. Not as bad as it looks now that I go through there. We could get back on the Jack Chris bandwagon, which would actually make that trade a win because he is 570 when we got him, and now he's 540. So we actually make money out of that if we bring him in, and we could. He's got the buy. I don't mind Isaac coming at all either. So there's a lot of good choices, and I really am on the pod bandwagon at the moment. There's no negative pods for us at the moment outside of perhaps Tom Stewart. So who does everyone have? Everyone has Chris and everyone has Tom Stewart. So if we grab a, an Isaac Cumming or someone like that, we could battle them against each other. But I think we've just got to accept that Tom Stewart's probably the go. We can afford it. No drama. We don't need any money on the bench. We want to save a little bit of cash because we want to try to do our injury trades in one trade rather than having to use 2 trades because that will hurt a lot. So, and maybe we use a bit of value and just come back with our tail between our legs and grab Jack Crisp. And it's a win trade anyway because we would have made 30k on him. Well, I mean, not really, but that's the way I'm going to look at it anyway. So, yeah, let us know how you went this week. I actually didn't give that a rundown, did I? I stayed at 400. I went up 415 places, which is more than enough for me. 13k. Round 14, I've got 20-odd players playing. Full primo the week after. That top 10k is looking really sweet at the moment. Yeah, let us know how you went. Praise in the comments that round 13 is over. Praise be to the end of round 13. Boy, do we hate it. And, are there any rookies coming up that you guys saw? Because we probably just need one more, and we preferably need him in defense by the looks, but we don't have to have him. He could be a forward. So maybe we'll keep an eye on some rookies, or we'll just go down to someone like a Jai Cully or someone like that who should get a game. A Brett Turner at the Crows who might get a game. Guys like that. So we'll keep an eye out for players like that who should play every now and then. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.